All right. Hello. All right. We're calling meeting to order at 6:32. And we don't have any guests today. We are missing, it looks like Isabella and Jean and Jerry. Hello, Mike online. And so we'll skip through the city council report. We do have, I think, 2 sets of minutes to approve. Is that right? So.
I wasn't at the December meeting, so I'll just move to approve it.
Yeah.
I think I listened.
Okay. I'm fine with that. All those in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Aye, the motion passes. I'm gonna take a look at last month's minutes, which are pretty simple.
I wasn't there. I was like, I don't remember any of this. Make a motion to approve the January minutes.
Can we get a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
The motion passes. I studied my parliamentary procedure, guys. I'm gonna try to stumble less. Cause I feel
You're
awkward.
rocking it.
So far, so good. See if I can adjourn it instead of call it to order at the end. We'll see. It'll be a whole win. Okay, as I lose my agenda. Okay, we don't have anything, I think, new on the financials either, so it's. Oh, the chamber membership. And I think that's it. So there has been, I didn't get a chance to check the mail, the physical mail. There has been a little bit of correspondence. I received an email from the Art Back requesting a letter of support for their mural. They're going to redo the mural on the north side of the high school pharmacy. It's going to be Estacada wildflowers, which is really exciting. So I sent them off a letter of support last week. I also inquired because they had previously asked me to write a letter of support for the mural on the Les Schwab wall. So I wanted to let the commission know that she said that I guess there's some issues with the wall that Les Schwab doesn't want to pay to fix. So until they fix something about the wall, that kind of is on hold. So they're moving to the next one, which is to redo that mural on the pharmacy. So I've corresponded with her about that. And then I also sent off a letter to the powers that be, being Melanie and Sadie and Dawn from Public Works, about the shade sales. And it sounds like they are hoping to put that in the budget this year. So they'll have it up by July, as long as it's not too prohibitively expensive. So it was exciting. And I guess maybe I'll just throw in a quick update from what I heard about various pieces of city council things. I also went to a city council meeting to do our quarterly report. So basically it was an update about the art in the library and poetry in public places, and a reminder that Arts at the Creek is taking place. They also, I listened to part of their planning meeting from Sunday, and it does say that, or Melanie was talking about they're seeking out a grant or something to work on the path at Wade Creek. I don't think that will be in place by summertime, but it sounds like they have movement there. There's lots of people that are similarly motivated to fix that problem. So I was excited to hear that. I was going to throw that in my email, but that seemed like a lot. And I was like really on the shade sale thing first. So that's coming up soon too, which is just exciting. So I think that's it for correspondence that I had personally on our behalf. And so I guess that's I put that first on my list. Look at that quarterly report. Coming up soon, I'm also just going to briefly pop into the Civics Academy. I put together a slide. They wanted a slide from each commission to just, the Civics Academy is a group of community members that are learning how to be engaged in local government, and each of the commissions has like a page to sort of say their piece about their commission. And so I'll hop on to talk about that and hopefully try to sell some volunteer action there. And that's in a couple of weeks. So that's about it on, I was like, business, logistics, I don't know. So that's my piece. So I thought we really wanted to have a quick update on poetry in public places and art in the library now. And then thinking that during our planning meeting, we can talk about Arts at the Creek. Alicia and Mike and I, hopefully Mike and Alicia, we're on board for meeting on Saturday. And we're gonna have a conversation about Arts at the Creek. So if there are any things that we need to bring to the group, we can talk about it at the planning meeting. And hopefully if we talk about our poetry and the art in the library tonight, then that won't take up time during the planning meeting unless it needs to. So do we have movement on or anything we need to go over for poetry?
I can give you a little update. Number one, our advertising has been delayed, but we've now have the visual and the written together. And that should go out tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, did you find the visual?
No, it's like Dave's stuff.
Yes.
that you-
Well, and I wanted to say, just because we were talking about like having a banner or something that would work for all like the call to artists things. And so let me find where do you want to use that same?
No, I have already done that just for call for art for the show, for the
Okay.
Estacada show,
For the art in the library?
for the art in the library.
Do you think it should be different for,
I do think it should be different because they're two
you do
separate
this one?
programs. No, I went back to the one with because the
With the
spacing
water?
for that, for the border didn't work as well, so. Yeah, that's the one I used.
This
as the
one?
Border,
okay,
just a little wider with the logos on it.
so should we do like something like this one maybe? This, I wanted to check with you.
Yeah.
I was like, I could email it to you, but I'm gonna see him in 2 days.
Yep.
Like, does that something like that work? For graphic design? This
Yeah,
was
graphic
pulled off,
design is fine. I'm not sure that's gonna be right for writers.
but we're doing graphic design first, right?
No,
Poetry first
yeah.
or same
I
time?
had the text for soliciting the writings ready to go in January.
Okay,
And I thought we were waiting for visuals to go with that, so.
okay. I thought we were doing graphic design first.
So
So
I've got the
that's okay.
graphic design. I thought we could send it out tomorrow or.
Okay.
today.
Yeah, no, I can do a different one that's more writing.
Like call for poets.
Yeah, call for writers.
Yeah, I use writers in the text, so that would be I think, the
Okay.
best way to go.
Okay, I was on a different tact, so I
And
will.
we need to change the deadlines, I think, on both of those to March 15th,
Okay,
since we've lost about a month in there.
okay,
I'll also report that I have gotten no feedback at all from
PGE.
the PGE since about the middle of December, and I did send a little update saying it'd be nice to hear from
Right.
you by tonight.
Right,
So we could go ahead. So I think we'll just have to do it without
sponsorship. Oh, great.
Melanie met with PB here this week,
mhm.
so I haven't contacted her.
Is it their like community outreach person? If you could
I
share
got-
that with,
I got a new one.
yeah, because you got a new one
Just
too.
update.
That's not the one that you.
I don't think so. That sounds different. So maybe they've changed twice on us.
I mean, it's changed like every 6 months since I've been on the commission. so-
Okay, well.
You had sent it to Whitney Welsh.
Yeah, that was my second contact, yes.
All right, so what's
Yours?
the new one?
It is Kelly
KELLY
at PGN.
PGN.com. Okay,
Sent that to me on the 30th. But if your committee is looking for event or project sponsorship, reach out to Matt Kelly.
Do we want to give that one more shot
Let me check and see if that isn't.
and then bring it up at the planning meeting, like
But I think
3
we-
more days, 2 more days?
Yeah, I think we push out all of our things and then we can add them on to the sign later. I don't think we need to wait for anything.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I mean,
because we have
It's
enough
too late.
money to
Yeah.
do this
we
project
don't,
I think-
without the corporate.
I'm
sponsor.
thinking maybe having samples of will help, local samples instead of foot on.
well, and I also think at this point, maybe we can craft a letter to them and say like, we have this project and we have Arts at the Creek. And if we combine the ask together to this new person, because I'm about ready to reach out to people about Arts at the Creek, we say like, hey, if you support our commission, we'll be putting your logo on all of our things. And that includes the signs, that includes our banners, that includes all the things.
And the poetry in public places was specially special for that because we could possibly also
Use PG property.
use PG property. Yeah. We can beautify your property
So I
You want-
at
started,
no cost to you except for your.
You want to
Except for
send
that.
out another.
just for, I started with Nate Mann was your contact, and then
Yep.
he put me in touch with Whitney Welsh. And that's who I wrote to. Is that the name that you just said?
No,
or is
this
it-
No, that
is
was
Tyler
Tyler.
Kelly. I'll email it to you right
Okay.
now.
That's a new one.
It's seriously, it's changed so many times.
Well, that's in 6 weeks.
Oh, Mike, did you have your hand up? Thanks. That was me. Tyler dot- Can you unmute?
No, it was in regards to something earlier, but we can push it off a little bit. It was a correspondence thing. No worries.
You can bring it up now. We're interruptible. I'm not good at paying attention to the hand up thing, sorry.
Oh, no, it was just correspond. We already have a band confirmed for arts. So, well, like I said, when we get there, I'll elaborate.
Cool, cool. Okay, so I will get that call for writers. I could do that tonight and
Okay.
get that to Alex so that can get
Okay.
out.
And then we should change the date on that to March, to 15 March instead of March 1st.
Okay,
That'll be easy. They're both
and then
March
it's
15th.
putting out the call.
Yeah, and then I'll
Yeah.
send Alex the revised call to artists for designers or for their graphic work on that.
Okay. Sounds great. Okay, and then Deborah, you had something you wanted to bring up about art in the library?
Yes,
Or-
that is up on the website with pretty graphic, and that call is ready to go out, and I gave you all copies. So
great.
please share them with people and post them. I sent it over to Clackamas County Arts Alliance today, so hopefully that'll go up there soon. Have not got any responses back yet, but hopefully putting it on the Clackamas County site will help a little bit.
Well,
Um,
it hasn't gone out on our Facebook yet, has it?
It did.
It was up today.
Yep.
Oh, today?
No, it was out.
A couple days ago. I think.
Okay,
I
cool.
noticed it.
I'll make sure I share that too. I don't think I saw that.
And so my ask today is picture down there. There's two sides of the small conference room that have the staff system hanging bars, and one side has a big gap right in the middle, which perfectly fits one of their standard sizes of bars. So can we please just buy the bar and fill it in that whole wall?
Is that the price?
It'll be $35.48. It's like super cheap.
I moved to spend that money.
And
That's
Alex, I have
funny.
the purchase info, so you can take care of that, hopefully. Okay.
What was the
I s-
original reason, do you know, for
I
the
have
gift?
no idea why.
Like they forget one, short
I
one?
don't know. I don't know. But
Okay.
Michelle approved that. This is, in the space we've already designated, and I'll work on her to.
This is your budget request?
Yes, my budget request is for
Okay.
$35.48.
I
Okay.
think we should go ahead and do it, but I think
Yeah.
the type of art that you hang there, because of the door opening and closing, that's probably why they chose not to put one up. Because it would deal with some type of vibration, so,
Yeah.
just lighter weight prints or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this system really,
Pretty
it-
solid.
it's very sturdy considering it's like
Yeah.
that super high strength fishing line that they use for like, Carl was telling me, they use this for fishing sharks. It's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
Cool.
so
I move to approve Deborah's request.
Second. All those in favor?
I,
Aye. All right.
thanks, guys.
Spendy ask, Deborah.
I-
Real big swing. Okay, anything else about art in the library? Except for spread the call far and
Uh,
wide.
No,
Okay,
we've got our Erlene stuff down here now. Merrick came and picked his up, so a couple nice watercolors. One thing I would like to do for the budget next year is to install that system here.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
that's a
And that
great
way,
idea.
for the walls where we have the ability to change out art,
Yeah,
we
more,
can.
Easier
Easily.
than what are we
Yeah.
doing now, knocking holes?
But that
off?
might be a bigger
Put in
discussion
nails.
with Elena.
Old school.
Alex,
Well-
who would be the, would that be an Elena or Melanie? Elena, okay.
yeah, it's interesting. They were talking at the, whatever the meeting was right before the city council meeting about how they're gonna have to like make a whole new city hall sort of soonish. That'll be interesting. An interesting ride. Because if we want to have a bigger police presence, then the police need to have like
A
building
station.
space.
Yeah.
Inside the city hall, so they're gonna have to have like a whole new building. It's really interesting. Okay, great. Well, let's all make sure we spread that far and wide. We have our planning meeting coming up on the 15th. I have not written the agenda. Just want to make sure we take care of everything we need to take care of. So if anybody has anything they need to add to the agenda, of course, we'll have like our logistics, like we'll review our events for the year and who signed up for what and kind of review all those little things. But just wondering if anyone has anything to add to the agenda.
I have a cousin who recently passed away. Her memorial is on the 15th.
Oh,
I will not be here, but I am available, I think mostly online because I'm going to take the train up to Seattle
okay.
for her memorial service. But I had the menu all planned out for catering and I've got to have renege on that. So,
We'll be okay.
it'll be okay. All right. I had a great, you'd be really.
Who are you
impressed.
getting? We were
I
getting
was kidding, no.
She was.
I
a
have-
thing.
Yeah, but no, at first I said no to the memorial service and then.
Oh, no.
No.
It's not right.
That's much more
We
important.
have one in the fall too.
Yeah, you
Now
can,
I'm gonna
you
be
can
excited.
cater.
Yeah,
Now
you
I'm
don't
gonna be
need to sign me
excited
up
for it,
for
no, it's
anything.
catered.
Okay.
I am all right.
I mean, before I just went and got like some muffins and fruit and stuff. I can do that again. Something small. Something small.
Yeah.
If anyone has strong feelings about the food.
Oranges and muffins sounds fine.
'Kay.
Coffee, do we have coffee last night? I felt like there was an issue with.
Yeah, I mean, there's a coffee pot in the kitchen, so if
Okay.
we just want to bring some actual ground coffee, we can take care of that. Previously, I had brought like a whole thermos and done a whole thing, but that was unnecessary because there's a coffee pot in the room. Learning all the time. Is there anything in terms of the agenda that anyone needs to add or wants to add?
There was only one application for an empty seat and it was Dave. So you just have to, at some point, make a
What, your
recommendation.
application for your own seat?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we just have to make a recommendation to make a motion to recommend him for that position.
Okay.
Alec reminded me
But
just in
then,
time.
do we have another? Not
There's
until
two-
Jean is.
Yeah, once Jean and Mike's seats expire, they will be they will be open and we'll open up applications again.
Oh, so we don't want, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
wait until those expire.
Do we
Can
have to
I
make
just
like a?
chime in for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Alex and I talked about this on Monday night when I was at City Hall. So it's come to my attention that I won't be approved for any more volunteer positions, regardless of if I apply or not for the city. So the deal is I'm not reapplying for my position with the Arts Commission, but
You think that applies to the Arts Commission too, that they're just stretching for all that?
But that's
uh,
awful.
yeah, that's that's an interpretation at this point. But my point is that I want to participate. So even if I just come to the meetings and sit on the other side of the e-table, you know what I mean? Count me in for all of the stuff that I have been doing over the last couple of years, and make sure that you know that my services and connections are available, and I'm going to just move forward with all the stuff that I've been doing. But that's pretty much where things are at. This is just there's some things that will get worked out, but that's kind of the impression that I got, at least most recently. So,
I'm sorry to hear that, Mike.
well,
Pointing.
yeah, no worries. We'll keep it moving
Well,
Well, we're still
forward.
gonna put you to work, so
Yep,
they're not gonna
that's
get rid of you that
yeah,
easy.
that's
They'll still
that's the
see you at every
plan. That
event.
that's what I'm saying is I'm still gonna pretty much fill the role that I have been filling. So I'm sorry if my own personal disposition has affected anything, but I do have sort of a personal threshold of what I can tolerate, and and then I got to say something. So,
Well, I hope you know that you're speaking to a group of people who adores your disposition. So,
well, thank you. Likewise, likewise.
I found your
Um,
disposition to be nothing but helpful and kind
so that means we'll have two
and funny.
open.
And funny is always good.
right. So then there's another seat is the other thing too. So yeah, we'll see if we can't rally up some more wonderful, inspired folks to jump in and keep the whole
I think
thing
we should
moving.
reach back out to Vince too, see if he'll jump back on board.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So that's at least one person maybe. Okay. Okay, bummer. Okay, so
Planning agenda.
planning agenda. I mean,
Wouldn't it just be Arts of the Creek, Poetry in Public
we
Places?
have to go through
and
like some
the thing-
logistics that we go through every planning meeting,
That's
which is
true.
like a review of the year, review of the roles.
Right.
And then my thought is Arts at the Creek, because even though that's gonna be like a subcommittee thing, it obviously that takes everybody.
Yeah.
So we'll need a little dividing and conquering of those kinds of things.
Mhm.
I just wanted to see if there was anything else. Felt like I was missing something. I'm like, I mean, again, going through the calendar, we'll talk a little bit more about each of those pieces, like the summer passport and Art in the Park, what that become. Like we'll go over those things. If anything comes to any of you, like, oh yes, we need to speak of this, please let me know, because I just don't want to miss anything out on anything. So, okay, if no one else has anything there.
Get the budget sheet from the grant. so that
Oh,
we can have
yes.
copies of
Did we say
at
that we got the
meeting.
grant?
No,
News, news, we got we
I don't think we went over this either, so.
we did go over,
we
there's just
did.
nothing left, there's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
on it yet.
I can pull
They
that.
approved
Yeah,
us
it's in the
for
grant, but
$2,000,
Using all 35.
which goes not, it's from the Clackamas County Cultural, Arts, Clackamas County Arts Alliance. And that's what we applied for last year. We applied for like 3,500, but they approved us for 2, which is great. I mean, any is great. So yeah, we should have said that. Should have said that. Yay, grant. Yay, grant. That's awesome. Oh, and we do need to, when is the budget? When do we need to submit our budget? April meeting? Okay,
I will be working on that
okay.
kind of during our planning meeting as
Okay,
we're going.
As we're going
along.
through those
Yep,
things. Okay.
That's my plan.
And Alex, is there like a schedule for 2025 of like when we're expected to do the quarterly report and do the budget and do these things? That would be great,
good,
because
yeah.
they literally, I got an email a week before the city council meeting and was like, hey, you have to be present at this meeting to do a quarterly report. And it was 7 days in advance. And that's a little bit of a challenge.
Staff is trying to push for just written reports.
I actually loved just showing up and speaking. That took way less effort. I don't know how other,
Totally.
because showing up and I could just talk for 3 minutes instead of having to
Agreed.
write and compose, like, and actually I think that you probably got more of, I don't mind coming. I should have said that. I didn't write a report. They said just come in person this time. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Cause otherwise I'll do way too much work. And then it's like this whole thing. My vote would be to just show up in person.
Yeah, 3 minutes of talking or like 3 hours of
For me,
work
I
on your
would just be
computer.
like, Please let me write a report.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me.
If I can just stumble through I'm nervous and I'll talk really fast and blah, 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 but then it's done. And if I write it, I'll spend so much time doing it when really I can just like riff it and like update on what we're doing.
I suggest that you just riff it and freestyle. They don't deserve that much energy.
Well, I think sometimes like, especially with the arts, it's like, I might put all this effort into it and they're just gonna glimpse at it and then recycle it. And
Yeah, just throw it away.
yeah, like if you just really want to know what we're up to, I can tell you. But yeah, hearing about it ahead of time, more than a week ahead of time, would be very
So
much
at least you can get your
appreciated.
ducks in a row of
Yeah,
what you want to
like
talk
there's
about.
a few other things going on in my life, and that's a little bit like, oh my gosh, I have to do this thing.
And it's always good to know, especially for money stuff, where it's
Mhm.
like, okay.
If I have to do a
we've
little
gotta-
recon or
Yeah,
make numbers, do numbery things, all those things. Okay. Okay.
Just like taxes.
I was
like
gonna
that.
say, it's the budget one for everything.
Like on that. Yeah. They make them every quarter.
We make quarterly reports. October or something. It would just be nice to have a heads up. Yeah. And then I will just add, because I finally did it today and I need to tell Alex also, is that I finally took the quilt in and made the whole order for the quilt. Super excited about it. Picked like this pretty green background, and then he does all his hand built frames, which I didn't
Mhm.
realize. And so we're gonna do, because we all decided as a group to really make this a really nice frame. It's like a double frame. So it'll be like a darker stain on the outside, slightly lighter stain in the middle, and then it's like this green.
Like a shadow box
Mhm.
almost in
It's
there.
well,
That's
because of the
cool.
nature of the quilt, there will be like a 2-inch border around it, because I really wanted to. He was like cutting off the edges, and I was like, no, I want to see the edges. I
Yeah.
want to see the quiltiness of it all.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like a 2-inch around the outside, and then he's gonna use, whatever, like fishing line kind of clear to sew it to a piece of mat. And then there'll be like a spacer, so it'll be like a really shallow, kind of like this one here, like a shallow shadow box, with some museum glass to make it really
Cool.
like UV protected and really clear.
And
nice.
that is definitely going up at the Wade Creek room.
We don't know that for sure. We
Okay.
need to get that approved. Who do I talk to about that? Melanie? Okay.
It'd be nice to have a nice big piece of art in there to warm the place up.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good size. So we have to figure out where a good place will be, where it won't be in the way of the screen. and
Oh,
other
right.
things.
Right.
But so I'm excited about that. And then I gave him your information, Alex, because you're the one who's paying. So I gave him your name and number. I hope that's okay. Okay, perfect. So I'm excited about that. It's really fun to frame and do that kind of thing when it's not my own. I was like, that's within my budget. That works. Yes. Not my personal budget, but yeah, super excited about that. So that should get done pretty soon too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can we do we want to do something like, now, I mean, I guess it's not like a donation or anything, but do we want to acknowledge that it was framed locally in town at our own amazing?
Well, I think when
little
it's
frame store?
finished and it's in place, I think that's a great idea. And we could
Like-
do another thank you to the Skip a Week Quilt Club and a thank you to the Artsmith.
On some, like, there'll be a little sign next to a piece of art
Mhm.
saying what it is and maybe.
That is actually
go
gonna
on
be,
that?
it's gonna be on the frame
Oh,
inside it, because so the, sure, yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
So
thanks.
this will be the quilt. This will be the quilt.
Ah, I see.
And
Okay,
then
yeah.
because the part where they had everybody sign it is on the back side of the quilt, I had them like do a quality photocopy,
Right,
and that will be here on the side
okay.
that has all the quilters and their handwritten. And then up here, I'm gonna type up the blurb that they gave me that's like, this is a hand done quilt this is the history of the quilt club. And so that'll be right here next to it.
Okay,
So it'll be sort of all inside the frame.
and then something framed locally at Portsmouth or.
Yeah, I don't think
something.
that will go, I don't think that will go inside that,
Oh, okay.
because that, I don't think so, right? Would you put it like in with this? I don't know.
I wonder if they don't have, I've done some things there. They don't, I know they put stuff on the back of their pictures, and I wonder if they would have just a sticker that says art frame or. Yeah, art,
Yeah.
Art Smith.
Art Smith, yeah. To just put.
Because it'd be cool, like,
appropriate
to
place
be
on
like,
it.
hey, not only is this super hyper local,
Mhm.
but framed right here in town, you know.
Are they donating it or is it?
No, we're
purchasing
paying for it. We're
purchasing it.
purchasing it.
It's beautiful. I think it would. I'm not sure it would fit. You know, like if you look at the art that's in here, if it was like a placard thing on the side, that would make more sense, but this is like within the frame. I'm not sure it would totally fit.
I think it would be more appropriate to publicly thank them
That's
on
what I
our
was
social
thinking.
media, send them a nice letter, but they're being compensated as a business for doing the framing, so they don't need an acknowledgement on the frame is my feeling. That's, I don't think that's usually how we would do it, how it's
Yeah,
done.
I think it's a great idea to publicly thank them though. It'll be beautiful. Framing is beautiful
Yeah.
art.
And
he
it's,
does a beautiful job.
Exactly, because it is art.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we're all about promoting local artists, so.
Yeah, I think we could do that for sure. And I also think maybe it would be fun once it's all the way done, Alex, to take a picture of it and have that up on our website somewhere too. Because it's just a special thing. All right, I just had two of the community updates. Arts
I have a
opportunities. Do
thing
you have another
about
one?
parks.
Oh, yes, sorry, say your thing.
So the Parks Commission meeting this month, I guess, which is the last Wednesday, is they're gonna talk about reconciling art in the park with arts at the creek, like reconciling the name somehow. I don't know that it's gonna go that they're thinking of changing their name or what, but I had asked Steve to bring it up and he's bringing it up and it's gonna be on the agenda. So I'm gonna go. What do you guys want me to say? I mean,
I
does,
think, personally, I think it would be great if they named it something that alluded to the fact that it's kids' art. Like
okay,
it's youth artists, something in the name that says that. Just because for the purposes of promoting it, like even before Arts at the Creek, that it was sort of muddy, like art in the park. What is art in the park? When you see art in the park and there's like ads for art in the park, like what does that mean?
right,
So it's some, that personally, I would think that adding something that would have like some youth element.
okay. And is that it? I mean, I
That was
can,
just mine.
that's fine. I can just say that.
Having them post the date earlier would be really helpful.
Much earlier.
I do think they have a date.
So Saturday.
Did they not
before-
tell you? I thought.
No, they didn't tell me, but I heard him say it.
Okay, I
at
thought
the
you guys were
council
informed.
meeting.
I wasn't at the
was-
last meeting, otherwise I
I
think
did
I
look
had the date
recently.
to give you, but
It was he didn't tell me, I just heard him say it. It was like the Saturday before Mother's Day.
and I know that you
Sure, yeah.
guys were saying to
maybe
put it
it's-
on the city calendar, which I think they thought they were doing, but wasn't it not on the city calendar
I don't
for
know. Alex, do you
last
know?
year? Not on the city calendar until,
They literally didn't
very
make a
close
decision until like 3
to-
weeks beforehand.
that's
last
what it
time.
was.
Yeah.
So,
make, like-
so if they don't have a date, then that's not, they posted it to the city calendar as soon as they had it. They just had it very late.
They just had it very late.
Okay.
So, and I also think you could let them know that Isabella can help us promote it if there's flyers that we can put up,
Right.
if
Do
they can have
not,
something.
they don't have a youth liaison?
I don't know, but I know that,
Okay,
well, and Isabella's gonna be the one who like has art friends and can talk to the art teacher and can put it up in the, and she's,
well, I was thinking they could work in tandem if they had she had it. Oh, really? Okay.
and I
Okay.
know Isabella has also been a participant for many years. So, and let them know that I still have all the contact information. So when they're ready to send out the form or whatever, we have all the people that did it last year because we collected information. I'm
Awesome.
hoping that they will, and I can copy the Google form for them again. We need to do a Google form so we collect everybody's information
Okay.
because previously they were literally like, just sort of show up. They had no idea who came. They had no idea, like no way to reach out to anybody.
So they need a Google form to fill out ahead of time.
Well, yeah, just to collect everybody's, and I have the one from like I made the one for last year. So we could collect everybody's information. And then whenever it comes up, we can also share it with the youth artists that came to Arts at the Creek to make sure we get it out to as many kids as possible.
So Jesse has a form if they would.
Just
Like,
because last year I was
to
like, so how
have
do we reach out to everybody from last year? They were like, we don't really know who was there. We didn't write it down.
Right.
Like, so that would be helpful.
Okay. Anything else?
Some of the examples online is like youth creates
Hmm.
or youth arts
Thank you.
Or
This is
color-
what I want.
or color outside the lines,
Ooh.
you know.
It could be.
I'm
even
trying to
like
think of the
Estacada
name.
Youth
Happy
Creates.
Valley does a play on words with their youth program. And I can't remember it and I can't find it. But they take a normal word and they kind of tweak the spelling of it and put youth on it. And everyone there knew what it was.
Estacada creates.
Estacada Youth
Estacada
Creates.
Youth creates.
Let's just think about something local.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. I didn't want to get up there and be like, hey, change your name.
We don't have any ideas, but
We have too much, we paid for a bunch of signage. You guys didn't, so change your name.
yeah, I mean, I think that promotion was an issue last year. Like they have a hard time promoting that one. I don't think they put a whole lot of effort into promoting it other than like putting it on the reader board.
Right.
Um,
And so that's something that
promoting it is hard.
Isabella can do. That's something
That would be really helpful. And just if they can do some like flyers that she
Do
can
they,
put up.
yeah, do they put flyers up at the library? Or-
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I mean, one year I printed their thing for them.
There it is. Sometimes she
You did bring it and I think you brought it last year, so.
Yup. We made it and brought it last year.
33% chance?
You know, just like they have Questacada, you could have Artsticada, Youth Artsticada or something. Just mix up the words.
Also, and this is something I've said to Vincent before, but this is just a suggestion that if they want to have more credit for it, they really should make a sign that says something about like Estacada Parks and Rec with their logo on it, because everybody thinks this is our event. And the same, like literally at the summer concerts, because I showed up with a sign and they just were standing around nearby, like they think that people think that those are our events. So just an idea for themselves. I think if they
they
just
don't
had
have an
sign.
A-board sign like we do?
No, we only have a sign because I like have a poster printer at my school and I printed it and laminated it and carried it around everywhere. So just a thought, because people really don't think, they don't give the parks credit
for it,
for
yeah.
the concerts and for that.
So maybe that's something they can put in their budget. It's just
I
a
mean,
little
'cause it-
sign, just like we.
Yeah, I mean, because they
Little
showed up
A-board sign.
last year, they showed up like in force, like a lot of parks commissioners showed up, which I was really surprised. The previous year, no one was there except for Gina was there like at her kids' booth, but
Right.
the parks didn't really have a presence. And I think if they had a presence with like some information or a sign, that would just be helpful.
Yeah. And they did that last year with they had a little canopy and a table.
They had a canopy. I brought the tables. I brought everything that was under the canopy. They
Okay.
put up the canopy and stood with us while we did things.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like making buttons.
Uh-huh. Making buttons,
I
doing
just
mural
threw the
stuff.
buttons away. My daughter, she
We
just
have
got
so many buttons.
a bed. She's been in toddler bed.
Yeah.
That was converted from her crib. So at
Oh my
age
gosh.
6, she got her own like real bed, and we did a deep clean of her room, and I threw those, but I was like, I feel
Really?
bad, but I'm
Don't.
not so good at these forever.
But yeah, just if they could participate a little bit more with some of their own stuff, like a sign even, just a
Okay.
sign would be cool. Because it feels a little bit
So
like
people
we did
know.
all the work for that last year.
Signage, table. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And let me know if you want. I can also share with your email the Google Docs and stuff, so you can see all those things I'm talking about.
Yeah, send it. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Um,
Steph, if you're getting out and about this week, would you take the extra flyers I have here and bring them to Artsmith and
Yeah,
Spiral?
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I haven't left my house since Sunday, so, cause I've been stuck at home with 2 sick kids and snow and so, yeah, I'd love to get out and about.
Give her a mission.
I'm into it.
All right. Well, on that note, Spiral Gallery is supposed to be having their Touch of Red exhibit coming out for
it's
February.
First Friday, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
Great.
coming up on Friday, and they're doing a touch of red. So everything
I
red.
think I'll pop in after we meet at Time Travelers.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. And then I just had the Clackamas County Arts Alliance had their another like artist creator networking opportunity coming up. I believe that this one is in it might be in like Tualatin. I can't remember where it is. They kind of move around depending on I think they're trying to move around the region for that one. So that one is coming up too. Oh, has she been here this whole time? Hi, Ariella.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. So the next one will be in Oregon City. And as Jesse said, we do move them around to try to like make it accessible to members in lots of different spaces of the county. So that's maybe a little far. Maybe it feels like from Estacada, but this one will be in Oregon City. And then we're definitely going to do one in Milwaukee in June. And we're still trying to figure one out in April. So maybe that'll be in Happy Valley, which will be a little bit closer. If you all have a space in mind for April, that's also possible.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
We try. Oregon City's like as close as anything else.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Everything's about a half hour
Yeah.
away.
Yep.
All right. Does anyone else have any other community updates or arts opportunities to bring up? Think we're good. So we'll come on the 15th and meet back here for all that good stuff. All right.
See you then.
The meeting is adjourned, 7:15. Did it all right this time.
So are you will Isabella be there on,
She will not be there on the 15th.
I'll
She's
take
in
her.
Vegas on the 15th.
I'll take it. She expires in March as well. So when you're